So here we go again with another dream that I'm going to share with everybody. But let's go ahead and play this music first. Welcome to the Island Podcast. I am your host, Alvis Samuel, and thank you all for tuning in to another episode of The Island. And before I get into this dream, I want to express my gratitude to everybody who has been listening to the Island Podcast all around the world. Thank you for making this a worldwide event every time an episode is posted. Thank you all for listening. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And if you feel the need and you want to donate, go ahead and do so. Go to rss.com/podcast. That's ending in an S, PODCASTS /the island. And you can donate and listen to every episode that I've done. Thank you for thank you ahead of time. So without any more interruptions, I'm going to go ahead and go into this dream. And this dream was a massive warehouse. And all around the warehouse, there was racks stacked all the way to the ceiling. And on top of the ceiling, sorry, not the ceiling, but on top of the racks, there was this very beautiful eagle. And it was sitting there resting on top of the racks inside this warehouse. And at the floor of this warehouse, there was this massive rhino. And this rhino was getting angrier and angrier by the second. Eventually, when the eagle decided it was going to take off for a little flight, that's what it did. And then it would land back on the very top of the racks. And then all of a sudden, the rhino got so angry, it started to run as fast as it could. And it wanted to take down all the racks. So it would run and hit the racks, and a section would fall. And it would trample that section. Then it would hit another section, and then it would fall. And eventually, the eagle started to realize the rhino is coming after me, and it wants me to come down from the racks. However, I can fly. That's what the eagle decided it was going to do. Fly. And it would take off and fly every time the rhino hit a rack. It would take off and fly to a different rack and land on it. And the rhino would come and hit another rack, and it would take off and fly. And the rhino would do it all over again. And it would always trample over and completely demolish the racks when the racks fell to the ground. However, eventually, there were no more racks inside the warehouse. And all the eagle could do was fly around inside the warehouse. It could not get out of the warehouse, so it just flew all around the warehouse. It flew so much that the eagle began to get tired. The wings of the eagle started to get tired, and the eagle wanted to land and rest for a little bit. However, it knew if it did, it would get trampled by this angry rhino who was chasing the eagle. No matter where it went, the rhino would follow angrily. And then eventually, the eagle decided to land. And when it landed, all to its surprise, the rhino ran and got closer to the eagle. Eagle tried to take off flying again, and it couldn't because it was so tired, to its surprise. And then the rhino caught the eagle inside the warehouse. I woke up right after that, so don't tell me I don't know what happened after that. I just woke up. That's what happened. That was my dream. I don't know exactly what that means. I know there will be people who say, well, the rhino means it's Republican in name only. That's what that rhino means. And the rhino's going after the eagle. The eagle represents the people of the United States. It represents America. And it's going to trample everything so it can get to the American citizens. It can get to the people, and it's trampling all over everything. It's trampling through the land of America because it can't get out, and the walls of the warehouse is like the sea surrounding the United States. And so it can't get out. We can't go anywhere. And eventually we're going to get tired of flying, tired, and we're going to have to land somewhere. And when we do, oh no, the rhinos, the Republicans in name only, will catch us and destroy us. The destruction of America is through the rhinos. Yes, that's what the dream means. Well, honestly, I don't know. That just came to mind. I really don't know what this dream means, but this dream, I've had it a while back and it stuck with me. And for some reason, I don't know why I said that, but all of that just came out of me just right now. Now, is that what the dream means? I don't know. You guys tell me. It could mean something completely different. But would it be so weird if that's exactly what my dream meant? I don't know. You guys tell me. But wouldn't it be crazy? Because I had this dream a few weeks ago. I want to say a few weeks ago. What month are we in? Fourth month? April 9th right now. So I had this it was a few months ago. I would say a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago. But wouldn't it be weird? Wouldn't it be crazy? Could it be crazy to say that this dream could have some meaning towards, I don't know, Donald Trump, the former president? Would it be crazy that, would I be crazy that the eagle could actually be Donald Trump? And could it also be crazy that it's going to be one of those rhinos, Republican in name only, that's going to truly take him out, take him down for good? Could it be someone like that? I find that weird because I did listen to his entire speech after he was indicted, and he went up to New York, and then he came, they arraigned him, and I get it. He's a former president. I get it. They can't keep him that in jail because it would be kind of weird. You got the Secret Service running around inside your jail cell. That would be kind of weird. So arraign him, tell him to go back home. Whatever, go home, stay there. You're in jail, but you're not in jail. You get what I'm saying? So that would be a little weird. But could it be that it's going to be a Republican in name only that will take this person down, that will put the final nail in the coffin to actually put him away for good? Because there's some things that are out there, I don't know how many people have heard of this, but apparently all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, the Merchant of Death, that guy Victor, some say Victor Boot, I like to say Victor Bow, but this guy who's been released, his face hasn't appeared out of anywhere. No one's talked to him. He's basically been hiding somewhere since he's been released. All of a sudden pops up, and Newsweek has this article. Twitter, and his face, Mr. Victor Bow, pops up, and he's giving a clear warning to Donald Trump, telling him that his life is in danger. There are people who are after him, and they want him dead. I am flabbergasted. I am bewildered, almost, to a certain extent. I don't want to say certain things in a certain way, but there also was a dream I've had previously. And if you look back, I actually put this dream on my podcast, on the Island podcast, so people can hear. And it's kind of blunt forward, and I somewhat apologize for somewhat of the name calling, but I had to say it in that way because those were the words I was given to say it in that specific manner. I had to repeat the words I was being told. And this episode of the Island Podcast was called Putting Your Trust in Something That Would Die. And I didn't really mention names, but if you listen to that episode, you will kind of get a hint on who I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention any names that come to mind. However, I would suggest people to go back to that. It's actually my shortest episode. It's only about 6, 7 minutes long. It's not that long, so it shouldn't take you that long to listen to what it is and what I'm talking about. But keep that in mind. If you've heard it, then you would know. So keep all of that in mind. And now, like I said, you got Victor Bao. He's talking about Trump's life is in danger and he needs to get somewhere very safe because they are going to come after his life. This is troubling times in the United States to where you have a party who is basically taking the Justice Department and weaponizing it against its political rival. And eventually, you're going to have in house fighting because, again, if this dream about the rhino and the eagle means anything, and if it is a political dream, you are going to have in house fighting with these Republican in name only people starting these fights. And they will be the ones to truly take down this nation because it was all done inside the warehouse. They would take this nation down from within.